Today we're going to be cleaning the Supra. Now, cleaning is kind of a boring video, so we're actually not really going to just be cleaning. I got this new product, this coating product now. I'm a big fan of AMMONYC, if you guys haven't heard of him, which would be surprising as most of you guys are car people. If you haven't though, check out AMMONYC. I will put a link in the description below. The idea behind it is that's going to last about 2 to 3 years with regular update and maintenance. So the first step that we need to do is we actually need to wash the car, but we also need to strip it of all the wax, right? Because you can't put this coating on when there's wax on the car. If you do that, you're essentially defeating the entire purpose. The wax will just act as a barrier between the paint and the coating. It may not adhere, it won't cure properly, things like that. So we want to strip the car of all its wax, any sealant that's on it, anything like that. So best way to do that, use dish soap because it's a degreaser, and then you mix that with just some normal car soap. There's a lot of dust there, but yeah, I'm gonna work on the wheels, make sure they're nice and clean, and then we'll rinse the car again, maybe do one more soap, rinse it, and then we'll dry it, pull the car into the garage. Okay, time for the drying process. Now the reason I brought it into the garage to do the drying part is because I don't want to leave it out in the sun. I don't want it to get any water spots, any extra minerals. Dry it with a normal microfiber towel, and then we'll get to the coating process. Okay, now that the car is all clean, we're going to go ahead with the coating process. Now, you want to make sure you dry everything, right? You don't want any water on it. We're going to basically take the Pro Enamel, it's down here, and you're also going to need a microfiber application pad. Now, you can just buy this off of the AMMONYC website. It's like $2, so definitely worth it to grab there. And for me, because for this process I want to make sure I do it as best as I can, I actually got the AMMONYC microfiber towels. So I specifically got these because these are the ones that he uses. So with the enamel, what he recommends is basically once you open it, you're going to want to you want to close it right away because this does have a shelf life as soon as it's open. So what he kind of recommends is open it, dab it, close it, and then repeat. So open it. And he says you don't have to get it like sopping wet. Just like this is probably good enough. Start coating this area. And you can really kind of feel it go on. So that is about that halfway point. You're gonna wait about a minute or two. And we're supposed to see some sort of rainbow effect as it cures and dries. He says it's pretty prominent in person. Yep, and I'm actually starting to see it. So I don't know if you can catch it on camera, but there's So once you see that rainbow effect, that's when you start buffing it off. So lightly buff it off, microfiber towel. So that's it. And at this point, you're supposed to let it sit and cure for about 6 hours. I can't really tell a difference. I mean, it's just applied, but we'll see. You can apparently also do a second coating. I might do that. He recommends waiting 12 hours to do the second coating, so probably do that. But yeah, I'm gonna put you guys down and I'll kind of have you guys watch the process. I'm gonna try to finish up the car. Alright, we are finally all done with the coating. I'm going to show you guys, I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but the coating, honestly, it looks like a really, really good wax job. Kind of reminds me, it very much reminds me of the ceramic coating that I had done on the BRZ. I don't know if you guys remember that from a few years back. So the only thing I did not do was all the plastic trim around the back. I wanted to make sure there was enough for the car, and there is. I'd say there's probably enough in the bottle for one more coat. We'll see if it looks any different after 6 hours. So actually I'm gonna just repark the car. I actually might do the door jambs really quickly, and then once I repark the car, I'll wait 6 hours and then I'll show you guys afterwards. We'll see if there's any difference. Alright guys, so we are back. It's the next day. Well, technically it's actually been 2 days. I coated the car on Saturday and today's actually Monday. I didn't have time to make a follow-up video, but yesterday. But anyways, you know, the car, as I said earlier, needs about 6 hours to cure. 24 hours is preferred. And a few interesting things happened. So one, the car looks fantastic. It's very, very glossy, very, very shiny. Reflective surface. It's kind of like as if I just freshly waxed the car, so it looks great. The interesting thing though is, so I actually emailed Larry from Ammo and I had some questions. So one of the questions I had was, is this supposed to essentially replace my monthly like wax regimen? And to be perfectly honest, it's not. This is just a base coating that is supposed to just be very, very protective and help protect the paint. You can definitely put wax on top of it. He recommends putting on, you know, his Ammo product, Ammo Skin. I'm going to be putting on the Meguiar's hybrid ceramic coat because that's just what I have, and I think that's just going to work fine. One thing that's very interesting, which I also asked him, is like, how do you know if you actually coated the car properly? And he basically was telling me, hey, after the curing process, it should feel very, very silky. Sort of like fresh wax. Now the interesting thing is, I did this in my garage, and my garage, to be perfectly honest, is a bit dusty, and I didn't really realize that. So after I had coated the car and let it sit, I came back out and I was kind of feeling the car and I was like, this doesn't feel silky. This doesn't feel smooth. This doesn't feel like it's coated. It almost kind of feels like there's no wax on it. And I kind of realized all that dust had basically fallen onto the coating while it was curing, and in a way kind of embedded itself. So what I did is I took some quick detailer and I just kind of wiped it over one of the spots just to kind of test it out. After wiping away all the dust, the surface is incredibly silky smooth, very hydrophobic. I was able to essentially like put some water on it and it would just bead right off. So it worked really, really well. That being said, I'm still going to be coating it with the ceramic wax that I have, just because I like that extra layer of protection. So other than that, I would just say check it out for yourself, guys. To be perfectly honest, while it does seem a little bit pricey for about one coating every 2 years or so with regular update and maintenance, the bottle costs about $150 with everything. So if you were to get, you know, a separate like wax as well as like the applicator pad and all that stuff, you know, it's probably going to come out to close to $200. But $200 every 2 years for a decent coating. I'll give you guys some updates in the future, but for now it seems to be holding up pretty well. But granted, it's only been a day. We'll see in the future. So far, I like the price per cost. The cost per use and time spent on the car. It only took me about an hour to do, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I will give you guys some updates in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys found it somewhat informative, and definitely check out AMMONYC if you haven't. Personally, it's my favorite brand of car detailing products, and see you guys on the next one.